All right, hi everyone. So I'm back with my next makeup date. I know it's just been a few days, but a lot happened in the last few days, and I want to get talking about these before this video gets way too long. So first, I'm gonna do the outs. Not as exciting this time around. Usually, I'm like, oh, I finished this, but it's a little slow going right now. But so in terms of things I actually finished, I'm not finished even. This is still not. I moved this packaging out of my collection. This is the Jack Black oil-free moisturizer. I'm finding that with these squeeze bottles, as soon as I start having to like bend and squeeze things, then I usually decant it just because it's too frustrating to keep doing that every single time I need to use it. So I did end up putting it into another moisturizer container and we'll use that up and then we'll move on to my next moisturizer. So moving that packaging out of my collection. Also moving this packaging out of my collection. I don't know if I really will actually move it, but I emptied it out for now because I wasn't a fan of it. I'll just explain. So this is the Fresh Sugar Lip Treatment. Um, I kind of got this on a whim. I feel like it's just because it's so nostalgic and like such like an OG makeup product that I really want to pick one up for myself. But honestly, I don't really care for it. I got it in the shade Petal, which is really nice. It was a really like My Lips But Better type of color. And there's a good amount of product in here. I think there's 4.3 grams. I think this might be the largest lipstick type product in my collection. But I just found that it was, I don't know, not I can't really show you anything, but it was like it wasn't even a really traditional bullet formula format. It was like had like a super rounded top, and I think just with the way it sat in here, I was always afraid of it like moving around and like it was getting kind of messy, and so I don't know, it just wasn't really my favorite. I might try to see if I can, because I have like a lipstick mold, if I can put like something in a more traditional lipstick formula in here and see how that goes. But I think also something about like while this feels nice, like this component feels nice, just having to do this and twist it and like I don't know, I feel like there's just a lot going on versus just like snapping the cap off, right? So anyways, those are my thoughts on this. And also like the writing was starting to wear off. So it wasn't really like it couldn't even really live in my purse. Or like it could live in my purse, but I would just felt like every time I was gonna like either scratch it just with like the metal packaging or that more of the writing would, wear off or something. So anyways, so actually it's back in my purse because the packaging that I decanted it into is usually the one that lives in my purse. And so I did put a reel on my Instagram about me basically transplanting this lip balm into the NARS um lip balm like tube, and that was a whole interesting like kind of chaotic process, but if you want to watch it you can. So that one's also kind of moving on my collection. I might hang on to it to see if I want to in the future do like a Franken lipstick in there, but we'll see. This is a declutter actually. This is my Glossier let me see, Glossier gloss, pretty much. Is that what they call it? The gloss maybe. But anyways, it was like in the red. It came in the holiday lip kit. And I just don't really care for it. It wasn't super like anything spectacular. I ended up actually mixing in a little bit of the MAC um like their gloss with their lip gloss. I got it as a sample and that one was like shockingly sticky. I think just because I have been like pampered by really, really nice gloss formulas, I didn't realize how like the OG glosses are so sticky. And so when I added that to here, it just became super sticky. And like it would get all over the packaging, get over my other packaging. It's just like it's starting to get really messy. So I'm just gonna declutter this. It's not even worth like passing on to anybody. I was looking around for the lip gloss sample that I, really didn't like, and I thought maybe I put it somewhere just like see if I could figure it out, but I think I was so horrified by it that I actually just like threw it away. Which is like so unlike me, but I guess that was the mood I was in. So that's what happened to that. But anyways, so those are the outs of my collections. The ins this month aren't really all that they're not all that exciting. There's no color products, but I did get I'll just go through it, I guess. I have an eye makeup remover pads. I'm running low on my makeup wipes that I usually use, and I was like, I honestly don't need a ton, or like I don't need a large surface area. I think I just need something that's like reliable. So I used to use this like way back when I first started makeup. And it seems like they've upgraded their formula and now it's micellar water based, and I just found this like in my local CVS store, so I just picked that up while I was there, and there was a ton of coupons on it, so I think I got it for like $3 $3.80 or something, so I felt like it was worth the value. These two, if you saw on my Instagram, I just put up a story on these. I got these at the Dollar Tree. They're both Real Techniques. This is like kind of a gimmicky silicone slash regular sponge type of thing. So we'll see. They call it a 2-in-1 for a customized base. And then this is more like a cognac sponge, if you know what that is. It's like really for cleansers and stuff like that. So I'll open this up to show you. But yeah, I got these at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 each, and so I was like, I can't pass this up. I'm such a sucker for like one gimmicky products, but also gimmicky products at the right price, which is like near nothing. But yeah, this is an interesting texture. There's like this kind of cognac type texture on this side, and then this side is, I'm not even really sure what to call this texture, but yeah, I'll see how it works with my cleanser and how I like that. But I feel like I don't have much to lose for the price that I got it at. I am running low on my sunscreen. My current sunscreen is looking real thin, but it's good. And I, of course, love this packaging because it's an airless pump. But those are hard to come by and they're a little expensive. And I think just because February was Black History Month, and I think there was a lot of yeah, I think promotion of a lot of like Black owned beauty brands. And I've actually used this before and I enjoyed it. This is the Black Girl sunscreen, their kids formula. I think it's honestly pretty much the same as their, and it's SPF 50. It's honestly almost the same as their like regular one for quote adults. But yeah, I just picked this up so that I could work through this. And I feel like sunscreens, I'm realizing that sunscreen for me, I'm not super picky. So so I'm just gonna try to use that up for what it is and then move on to the next one. And it was a pretty good value too. And then the last one here is actually a new Franken lipstick that I made, and I'm just proud of it. So I just wanted to show it. It won't really be used by me. It'll be mainly used by my toddler. But this is, it's housed in my MAC Halo Glow Lip Balm tube here, and she basically used up everything that was in here. I just let her like slather it all over because it's so, the one that I had was, or the one originally that was in here was the clear formula. And so I just made something that had a little bit of a tint. Like I think I just mixed a little bit of like a lipstick in here, or like a lip balm really. And as you can see, it's essentially clear. So I'll let her play with this. Her birthday's tomorrow. She's turning 3, and I feel like it's appropriate to upgrade her makeup experience. So I did that for her. So yeah, that's pretty exciting stuff. A lot of ins, I guess, and a lot of these I'm not really counting towards my Project Lip Lab just because they are unique to my collection, and there's, like, either I have very little left of whatever's in that category, or that I really have a place for this, or it's just to try them out, like those Real Techniques products. So we'll see how that goes. I'll give you guys an update when I have one. Then the two other things that I wanted to cover in this makeup date is just two kind of random thoughts that I had while I was preparing for this video. And one of them, oh, like in the back of my container here. One is this sponge that I am currently using. It's definitely not your traditional shape of a sponge. It almost looks like a lipstick, to be honest. There's this curved edge, and then this like cut edge, and then the base of it is kind of squared off. It's interesting. So I was just trying to figure out how to use it. I feel like there's some corners here that I could use for like really really detailed kind of makeup application. So I found that this curved side is actually really nice for my foundation base or anything that really covers my entire face, just because it like hugs the contours really nicely. And then this side I use mainly for my actual contour. I feel like it's just enough of a surface area. The bottom I basically use for blush, and then if I want to, I might use like these little corner sides here for a little bit of like my cream eyeshadow or something like that. But yeah, it's definitely a different experience. And I think that this is a Sephora sponge. I think this might actually be discontinued. And I'm not like in love with it enough to try to hunt it down or anything like that. But I thought it would be interesting just to document and share how I use this shape for myself. And actually, I think my favorite one really is this portion here, where it like really just contours and like hugs my face in that way. So that's nice, just because I feel like regular sponges, because they're convex, they're like this, where pointed out, right? They're not concave, which is pointed in. Is that right? I hope I had that right. My math terms are escaping me. But I think because it is that shape, it kind of hugs it better versus, if if it's like an oval with against an oval, you only have so much surface area that's connecting. Anyways, all to say, it's an interesting concept, and I'll use it up for what it's worth, and then I'll move on to my next sponges. And the last thing here is also kind of in a similar vein about like shaping and all that stuff. But MAC lip conditioner. I told you guys I love my experience with the samples I had, and those were in pots because of the way that they dispense the sample. But now that I actually have the applicator in my hand, I love the way this smells. Every time I open it, I'm so happy. And just the way the applicator, as you can see, it's not square on. It's not the applicator isn't perpendicular to the packaging. It's not, parallel to the packaging either. It's like kind of at the slant. Also really awkward slant because when I open this and I usually hold it in my right hand. This is my right hand. I tend to turn like the applicator, like the actual where it dispenses towards my face, right? So when I hold it like this in my hand, the applicator, I don't know if you can tell, the applicator is not pointed towards my lips really at all. So then I was like, okay, so what's going on? So then I have to like twist my hand like this to actually apply it onto my lips. And then not only that, but I find it hilarious that it works better if it's in my other hand, which at this point I have no control. My left hand is like so useless to me. I have no control over how much this dispenses. And then I'm like, okay, so what do I do? Do I like hold it up like this? Maybe it gets my top lip just fine, but my bottom lip gets weird again. So there's just like no easy way of applying this. Like this is such a weird like issue to have. But if Mac ever gets wind of my thoughts here, can you please point it the other way for right hand users? Because honestly, you just need to shift it 90 degrees so that the dispenser is pointed towards my lips and not out out here. So I don't know if you even know what I'm talking about, but I just think it's hilarious. And that was my like end of the day thoughts yesterday when I was like trying to figure out how to apply it. So anyways, that's my makeup date, and those are my crazy makeup thoughts for the last few days. Welcome back to my crazy makeup brain. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.